entropy. That is what the chapter which we are in, right? So we got an equation for entropy, right? So we discussed about entropy. The first two videos we got some equations, right, for reversible process, for irreversible process, everything. But if I ask this question, what is entropy? Okay, if I ask this question, what is entropy? Surely most of you won't answer. Okay, so just imagine that this was a classroom. Okay, I'm just asking you, what is entropy? You will say the equation of entropy, whatever we derived, but we cannot define what is exactly entropy is, right? Now, the same thing, if you think about energy, okay, if you think about energy, there is nothing which we can, like, what I could say, if you ask the definition for energy, okay, if I ask the definition for energy, you won't be able to say the exact definition for energy, because energy is a quantity which we cannot, what I could say, we cannot derive it, or we cannot define it. We have to feel it. We have to feel it. So energy is something which we need to feel it, which we cannot derive it, or which we cannot define it directly. Similarly, entropy is also something which has to be felt. In fact, even in our daily life, there are many things which is defining entropy. Okay, there are many things which is defined in entropy, like which can be, what I could say, even in our daily life also we can feel the entropy. Okay, we can feel the entropy, but how many of us are understanding it? If you could see, energy, it's very easy for us to feel, because for example, I could easily say that, okay, I'm very energetic, I could do all this work today. If I was not energetic, then obviously I will say that, okay, I cannot do this work today, this is I'm feeling very lazy, I need to sleep, etc., etc., right? So energy can be easily felt in our day-to-day life. Even entropy is also can be easily felt in our day-to-day life. So what I'm going to do in this video, first I will start what I could say, somewhat conceptual definition of entropy. Then I will relate it with daily life examples. Okay, so how to define entropy? Entropy is nothing but measure of disorderness or measure of randomness of the molecules. Okay, so molecular disorderness or molecular randomness. So entropy is a quantity which shows us the measure, or which shows us how much disorderness, or how much randomness are there among the molecules. Now let us keep this definition here. First thing which comes to your mind if I say about randomness or disorderness, if I say about molecules, the first thing, or for most of them, I cannot say that everyone will be thinking about it, but thinking about this, but most of them will think about solid, liquid and gases, because we know in case of solids, the molecules are bonded very closely and it will be vibrating. Okay, it will be vibrating. But in case of liquids, the bonding will be loose and molecules will be moving. Next, in gases, the molecules can freely move, like it will be moving randomly, right? The word randomly is very important. Why? It's pretty much straightforward that entropy of gas is going to be more, because the randomness of the molecules are very high. Then here comes entropy of a liquid, then here comes entropy of the solid. So first thing what we did, I just asked you a question, what is mean by entropy? Okay, so we got an answer, but that answer is not sufficient. I can guaranteely say you that answer is not sufficient. What is the answer which I given you? It's a measure of disorderness or randomness of the molecules in a system, but that answer is not sufficient. So what we will do, we will understand entropy, or in other word I can say that we will feel entropy by discussing n number of examples. I will be giving you many examples. By using that, I can make you to feel entropy instead of understanding it. Okay, so let us start feeling entropy. Okay, so first I given you the meaning of entropy, then directly from the meaning itself we got one conclusion. This conclusion is important with respect to exam point of view. Entropy of solids are going to be less compared to entropy of liquids compared to entropy of gases. Why? In gases, the molecular randomness will be very high, so obviously entropy is going to be high. And in liquids, the randomness of molecules are less. Sorry, in solids the randomness are less, so obviously entropy is less. Okay, right. So now let me give you some what I could say practical examples, okay, or daily life examples of entropy. Think about this, okay. You and your friend, okay, so two of them are there. You are preparing for GATE, your friend is also preparing for GATE, so both of them are preparing for GATE exam, right? And now what you are doing, okay, what you are doing is you are just or let me just give you a little bit example here, A and B, okay, right. So if you want to give a name, you can give a name that Jim and he is Bob, okay, a random name, right? So Jim and Bob, both of them are preparing for GATE exam, okay. And what this Jim is doing is he has a plan. He has a plan, a perfect plan. He knows what he is going to read tomorrow, what he is going to read for this whole week, what he is going to read for this whole month, when to write the test series, when to revise, and all the plans, the perfect plan, the revision pattern, okay, as I already discussed in the videos regarding the periodic revision, right? So a periodic revision pattern, he knows which test has to be written at what time. He has a proper strategy for writing mock test. He has everything. The plan was perfect with him. He have everything written down, noted down. He has in his mind. Okay, Jim has everything. Okay, perfect planning. Perfectly, he organized. Perfectly, he organized. That's very important. Perfectly, he organized his plan. Okay, for GATE exam preparation. Okay, right. Now let us talk about Bob. See, if you see, both Jim and Bob has same capacity to do work. Okay, which means Jim is also able to perform, like for example, we can think that Jim is also able to study some 6 hours per day. Bob is also able to study some 6 hours per day. But the problem with Bob is he doesn't have a proper or a what I could say, a strategy which has to be followed during his preparation. He don't know how to revise. He don't know how to write the mock test. He don't know which test to be written where. He don't know where I need to collect the material, which problems has to be solved, which problems has to be avoided, which topic has to be studied, which topic has to be avoided. He doesn't know that, right? He doesn't know that. See, the problem with the GATE is there is two things: which topic has to be studied, which topic has to be left. If you keep on studying the topics which is not required, then that is also a waste of time, right? So that organized plan Jim has. Jim have that organized plan. He knows what to study, he knows what not to study, and he knows everything regarding the revision pattern, exam pattern, everything, right? Now, if you come for Bob, his plan is completely disorganized. Okay, he is having a disorganized plan. He is randomly preparing. Randomly, he is taking one subject, he is studying. Next day, he is going for another subject, he is studying. He doesn't have a strategy. Okay, he doesn't have a strategy, he doesn't have a plan, he doesn't have a revision pattern, he doesn't know how to write short notes, nothing. There comes the problem. Both of them are having same capacity. Okay, both of them are having same capacity, but this person, Jim, organized everything in a perfect way. He didn't organize it perfectly, randomly, haphazardly. I don't know the exact haphazard way, right? Yeah. So haphazard manner. In an haphazard manner, he is doing his preparation randomly, disorganized manner. Now, who will be more efficient? Who will be more efficient? Obviously, everyone knows the answer. Jim will be more efficient than Bob, even though Jim and Bob has the same capacity, but Jim will be more efficient than Bob. Why? Because Jim has less entropy since he organized everything. Everything is in a perfect manner. Bob has more entropy because disorganized, random. His plan, his thoughts is disorganized, random. This man, Jim, has a perfect plan, perfect execution, perfectly he organized it, so obviously the execution is going to be perfect. So his efficiency of Jim is going to be greater than that of efficiency of Bob. Why? Because entropy of Jim is less than that of entropy of Bob. Okay, the first example which I am giving for an entropy. So as we could see here, from entropy chapter we are learning some lessons for our gate preparation also. Okay, right, so try to follow the things which I am saying you regarding the strategies. I uploaded almost whatever the strategies which is required. I uploaded everything in the gate strategy what is that gate strategy playlist in YouTube. Okay, so you can check that. Okay, right, now so what is the first observation which we are getting? Since Jim has less entropy, his efficiency will be more. So if entropy increases, efficiency is going to decrease. Now let me give you another example. Okay, think about two libraries. Okay, think about two libraries. Okay, or you can just think about two buildings. Okay, two buildings or two libraries. Okay, building 1 and building 2. Okay, there are two buildings, building 1 and building 2. Okay, now in building 1, that is in library 1, there are some n number of books are there. You can just keep some numbers so that will be easy. Let us keep some 1000 books are there. Okay, 1000 books are there in building 1. Same 1000 books, listen carefully, same 1000 books. For example, if he has a book on thermodynamics written by Pekenaag, he is also having thermodynamics written by Pekenaag. If he has one Sengel, thermodynamics written by Sengel, he is also having thermodynamics written by Sengel. He is having one science book. The same science book was there in building 2 also. Which, what I was supposed to say, whatever book is there in building 1, same book was there in building 2 also. Okay. Now, the difference between building 1 and building 2 is, in building 1, the books are arranged perfectly, like properly they arranged the book, like they given a shelf, or they given, you could say that, you could consider that they given a floor. Okay, they given a complete floor for engineering subjects. In that complete floor, there was a separate section for mechanical engineering, civil engineering, computer science, etc. etc. Similarly, there was a complete place where they are distributing. We can take some literature. Okay, we can take some basic science books. Okay, we can take some language. In that manner, they arranged it properly. Okay, so they taken engineering books and they arranged properly in a shelf, and then they went for literature, science, language, everything has been arranged properly, right? But in building 2, same 1000 books was there, but the books are kept randomly. Okay, so if building is there like this, they randomly kept the book. For example, engineering thermodynamics written by Sengel will be there in some 5th floor. Engineering thermodynamics by Pekenaag will be there in the 1st floor. Okay, like the same topic book itself, but one book will be there at some place, another book will be there at some other place, right? So here the arrangement of books was very random. Now obviously, which one is going to be what I could say, which one a person will prefer? If I am going to take a book, which library I will prefer? Will I prefer library 1 or will I prefer library 2? Obviously I will prefer library 1. What is the reason? Pretty much straightforward. I can directly go, I can see where the book is there, and then I can directly take the book and I can come out of it. But if I go to library 2, I need to do a searching, and that search is going to take like if I start to search, then the time of the search is going to be very high, right? So I will be more efficient if I enter building 1 and obviously not building 2. But the point to note here is, see. In both the buildings, number of books are same, which means in both the buildings, quantity of the objects, in this case books, so quantity is same, which means if you can relate this with our first law. First law says what? Energy conserved, conservation of energy, that's it, right? Same way here also, 1000 books, there also 1000 books, which obviously means that like quantity wise it is same. So quantity wise, building 1 and building 2 is same, but quality wise, it's not same. This is having high quality, that is having low quality. This is explained by entropy, second law. So now building 1 has less entropy, high quality. That a comparison of quality is made by second law. If I just think about first law, with respect to first law point of view, 1000 books, obviously building 1 and building 2 are same. But with respect to second law point of view, this is having less entropy, which means it is disorganized, which means the quality, this is having less entropy, which means it is organized, which means quality is more. Okay, so less entropy, more quality, and this is having more entropy. Okay, this is having more entropy, which implies less quality. So hence first law is also called as quantitative law and second law is called as qualitative law. Okay, obviously this building is going to have a less entropy and more entropy, so here it will be more efficiency, there it will be less efficiency, even though the books are same. Okay, so let me give you one more example. Okay, just think about a glass, okay, which contains ice cubes, okay, small ice cubes, or you can say that ice has been crushed. Okay, ice is crushed and I am placing it in the in a container or in a glass. Okay, there was another glass which contains same amount of water, which has less entropy, which has more entropy. You might think that here the ice are distributed randomly, right? So you might think that this has more entropy and this has less entropy. No, you are wrong, right? This is having less entropy and this is having more entropy. How? See, this is in liquid state, this is still in solid state, and if you see ice, the molecular structure will be perfect. Okay, it will be proper, right? The randomness will be less. But here in water, that is in liquid, randomness is going to be more. So obviously entropy of this, let me take it as entropy of W, and here entropy of ice. So entropy of W is greater than entropy of ice. Okay, this is one more example which I could give. So I hope that these 3 examples which I given you will be more than enough for what I could say, for feeling entropy. Now we will do some examples. Okay, so some examples which is very important with respect to exam point of view. Okay.